Okay, we'll get started. Okay, hi Riley, how you doing?
Yeah, not bad.
Okay, cool. I'd like to welcome you and just say thanks for taking the time to participate in this usability test. I'm Kyle, and I am currently studying a diploma of UX design with Torrens University. I'm just running this session as a uni assignment where I'm doing usability testing on a prototype I've designed. Is it all right if I record this session?
Yep.
Okay, cool. Just for your knowledge too, the recording's only going to be used for the assessment purpose. It's only going to be viewed by myself and the lecturer as well, so it's not going to be anywhere else.
Yep.
Okay, so first up, just a brief outline of how the session's going to be ran. It's going to run for 10 minutes, and to start off, there's just a few background questions. And after those, I'm just going to ask you a series of small tasks to perform.
Yep.
And then after the tasks have been completed, I'd just love to hear any questions you might have, and in particular, just some feedback, on the experience. Just some things like what could be improved, or, like what you think needs, could potentially be better, things like that. And then just with your feedback as well, feel free to just, say anything that comes to mind, like even if it is bad or if it's good, it's to no effect, you know what I mean? That's kind of why we're doing it, just to see if there's anything that we can fix.
Yep.
Okay, so before we kick off, any questions?
No, it's all straightforward.
All good. Okay, sweet. So the first couple of questions, the background questions. First up is what are you currently doing for a living or studying or have done in the past?
Was an apprentice chippy
Okay,
carpenter.
cool, man. Same as myself. Been chippy for 10 years.
Yeah.
And second question, how often are you using your computer at home?
Probably nearly every day.
Yeah, cool. So you could definitely have a good idea of, like web-based skills, that kind of stuff, navigating
Yeah.
around. And then how often are you buying stuff online?
Hardly ever.
Yeah, copy. That's all right. You much the muchness, you know what it's like if you're using the online stores once. It's sort of similar to the same stuff, so it's pretty much what we're looking at today as well. Okay,
Yep.
thanks for all those answers. To give some context of what we're testing, it's a product or a page just within an online store where you're able to select parts to build a drone piece by piece. It's just an early prototype version, so there's a lot of stuff that doesn't function 100%. And if there's
Yep.
anything that you're sort of clicking on, or things, there might be some things you see in the menu say that don't lead anywhere. I'll just sort of fill you in and let you know. Now moving to some set tasks for you to complete. Just before I read any of them out, I just want you to know it's no test on any of your abilities. Like if it takes 10 minutes or if you can't work it out, that's not your, it's not on you. We're just sort of looking at the actual product. So there's no right or wrong answer. So feel free to say whatever you like.
Yep.
Again, yeah, just take your time, get comfortable. No time limit. So, and just while you're using it or you're performing any tasks, one thing I'd sort of like you to do is just to sort of speak out loud or think out loud. Just like, say if you're looking around pages or if you're clicking on things, things that you think should happen, and just sort of say them, you know what I mean? Like if you click on something and nothing happens, just sort of say, oh, I thought that should have taken me somewhere or should have done something, just so we can get an idea.
Yep.
And then if you have any questions just while we're cruising through it, just let me know and I'll answer them for you.
Easy.
Yeah, cool. And again, man, just with the feedback, just to be honest with it, you know what I mean? Like it's only a prototype, so there's no feelings hurt if you don't like it or if you think things are stupid or if it's not working. That's perfectly fine. That's what we're trying to just work out now, before we develop it any further, to sort that crap out, or those things I should say.
Yeah.
Okay, all good?
Yep.
So the first task is just to navigate to the DIY drone builder page. Nicely
Yep.
done. Okay, so that was pretty straightforward. So straight through to the second task It is to now select a frame category or select the frame category and find information on one of the products. Pretty straightforward as well, hey?
Yep.
Cool, cool. Okay, then add that product to the build. Sweet. And yeah, just to fill you in, like I was saying, so the square above, sort of as you've selected that frame, it'll sort of appear now.
Yeah.
And then yeah, just any parts that you add further to it, it'll just sort of, you'll see it unfold there, so you get an idea of what's happening, sort of thing. But it's later down the track, sort of thing. So okay.
Yes.
And so the same can for the next task. Can you just repeat the same process, but instead of adding the product to the build, go back and select another frame product instead?
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Or a frame or any.
Yeah, or any's fine. They're all much the muchness. So yeah, same deal. So instead of adding it, go back. And just select a different product. Cool, because that'll all be filled in with actual parts in time.
Yeah.
Cool.
Will it display like compatibility?
Yeah,
So-
that's the idea of it. So when you say build the frame, only when you go into the next one, say ESCs, the only ESCs that are compatible with that frame you have selected will appear.
Yeah,
sort of
that's
thing. But
pretty cool.
yeah, so that's the idea of it. But is there any way you sort of think that could be done better, like in those other ones, like any other ideas?
No, I mean, if it works off the basis of you choose the frame shows there, and then compatibility based parts go in there. I mean, that's what I'd expect personally,
Yeah. So yeah, it's
even as a rookie.
yeah. So it makes, oh no, it's not that. It's like it makes sense as, like, everyone's sort of using it, so it'd make the product itself would make sense, instead of it being confusing to yourself. Basically, what you're saying. Well, that's good. And then yeah, just feel free to have a bit of a scroll around, a bit of a free play with it, and just sort of scroll through them, see what you think. Like I said, they're just mainly all the same categories to go through, but it'll just add through to it. But do you think it could be like stepped out better? Like, should maybe only be able to select one to start before the others appear, or maybe do you think the instructions, just should be a bit clearer or anything like that?
Um, the only thing I could probably say is instead of having them all listed there, go start with the frame and then display them one by one, so you don't
Yeah, I know
overwhelm
what
the
you
builder.
mean. So as you select a frame, the next ones appear, or even the maybe the opacity changes, sort of thing, and they become
Yeah,
selectable.
so they can't just go straight to
Yeah, you
battery.
start with the back. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Cool. Okay, so and then the last task I would just get you to do, it's just a simple one to finish off, is just to navigate to the cart page, as in like you were going to check out with what you built.
Yeah.
I love your work. So that was basically all the tests, and yeah, obviously how carts work.
Yeah.
That'll basically fill up with what you built and how much, sort of thing. So cool, awesome. That's all the tests. Just from here, only a few quick questions. So the first question: what did you think of the experience using the product?
Well, obviously it's not fucking built up entirely, but
Yeah,
if I was getting into drone building,
yeah,
would probably be where I would go.
yeah.
So I don't have to watch YouTube video after YouTube.
Yeah, definitely. You think it could help you in that sense, sort of thing, without the. Yeah, that
Yeah.
makes a lot of sense. That's pretty cool, because that's what this is sort of targeted towards. Most people can use it, but it will be targeted towards people like what you just said, like wanting to build your first drone or etc.
Yeah.
Okay, so like the second question, sort of like what we are just touching on. Would you find this product helpful if you were like a new user trying to build a drone?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, awesome. And then just like sort of last feedback question again. I know I've already spoken about it, but do you think there's anything else that could be improved throughout the designs?
Oh man, it's an early build.
Yeah.
The designs are pretty.
Yeah,
I mean, they do what you would expect them to do. I'm sure it could go into more detail, but
Yeah.
the idea would be to get the base things down set first, and then
Yeah, awesome.
go from there.
Yeah, that's cool because it's a good, pretty much while we're doing this sort of usability test now. So awesome, man. Okay, well, thanks again. That's everything done. Thanks for taking part of the session and helping with the uni assessment. And yeah, your input's super helpful, man. Anything like what you just said now, I'll take into consideration and see what else can be done. So thanks again for helping.
Easy, no worries.
Legend.